you see that recently Meta was down in these levels, and you will notice the mindset psychologically when you're trading. A person to see a stock down here in these ranges and they don't want to touch it, but when everybody starts talking about Meta, like, oh my God, Facebook is breaking out, or Meta is breaking out, they get excited up here at $760, and they start buying aggressively. And the reason that happens is not because it's something wrong with you. They do that on purpose. You'll see JP Morgan come out and raise the price target of Meta to 900, right? So now 760 seems like a great deal because now you see Citibank and, Wells Fargo coming out saying, hey, JP Morgan just raised the price of Meta to $900. They gave them a price increase and all these different things, right? They upgraded the price of Meta. So you see 760, or you say, see $780 and like, man, Meta got 200 more dollars to go. And so you don't have a problem buying it because they painted the picture of a discount. When in actuality, they like to buy way down here. And in order for them to get out and take profit all the way up here, they need somebody to be willing to pay these high premium prices for Meta, because for everybody trying to sell a stock, they need somebody willing to buy it, right? Just like if you were trying to sell your house for 50% higher than what the market is willing to pay. But if you can create a frenzy or a shortage and say, and people feel like they're going to miss out, we call it FOMO in the stock market, have a fear of missing out on a house, then you can take a $350,000 house and sell it for 500,000 because you didn't create this frenzy. So now people are like, I just got to have a house. I got to have a house. Just like when the interest rate thing was happening, a lot of people paid a lot more money for houses than what the houses were worth. And now, since the prices are coming down, saying, now you realize, okay, so now I'm not gonna have no equity in my house because I overbought, saying the price. I paid the top dollar price for this house because I had a fear of missing out. And now it's coming down. It's the same thing true with stocks. They pushed Meta all the way up here, and then they sold it. They painted a picture of value up here, and then meanwhile they were dumping out, right? Because they really bought in down here. So we covered these order blocks and showing us where institutions are buying. If we look at Meta today, it's on a lower time frame. We can see ahead of time that once Meta does get its footing and is ready to break out, it's going to try to push up. It's going to hit this level of support. It already caught people yesterday, right? So what happened yesterday? I think this was yesterday. Well, no, this was on the 12th, on Friday. Meta shot up aggressively, and because it's under the 200 moving average, it shot up and just hit this level of resistance, and then it fell right back down, right? And now it's going to try to come up here slowly and get back above this $690 level. And then we know that they're going to take profit when it gets at 750, right? And so we can already see that they're going to take profit when it gets to 750. And then when it gets back up to 780, they're going to take profit again on this daily chart. All right. And we covered these things on the call yesterday, in class yesterday. And if you missed the class yesterday, you can come here, just type in Shon-TheWolf on YouTube. The name of that video is Stock Market Trading 101. And so we look at some stocks like we got Meta, for example. That's a popular stock, and Meta has pulled back. It came back down here. We had buyers show up. But also, one thing I noticed on Meta is that on the weekly time frame, when I was looking at it and I gave a signal to buy in at Meta, it was down here in this weekly time frame order block for people to try to go long on the stock. Let me turn this off. So if a time to accumulate shares was here. So the institutions are already showing you, okay, this is where we're accumulating Meta, and then we're also accumulating Meta down here under $530 between $500 and $530 or so. We like to buy Meta shares up in this range, and they like to buy between 613 and 574. So this is where they like to accumulate Meta.